Profit is a financial gain that a business earns after subtracting its cost of production from its revenue and is a key indicator of a firm's growth. Therefore, maximizing it becomes a key priority of most firms. But how do we calculate this profit maximizing level? To explain this, we will first have a look at a cost and revenue diagram for a firm. With quantity sold across the x-axis and the cost and revenue along the y-axis, the point on the diagram where the difference between the two curves is the highest denotes the greatest profit earned. In this diagram, that point is QO and the profit earned is pi. However, finding this point for a real-life example can be a lot more challenging. This is why we can use the concepts of marginal revenue and cost. Marginal cost is the cost incurred per additional unit of good produced, whereas marginal revenue is the income earned for every additional good sold. Looking at these definitions, we realize that the marginal cost is just the derivative of total cost, as it shows us the change in cost per unit change in quantity. Similarly, marginal revenue will just be the derivative of total revenue. But why do we need to know this? When we plot these two on a graph, we realize that the point when marginal revenue equals marginal cost is the profit maximization point. This is because every additional good produced after this leads to a higher marginal cost than revenue, and for every unit produced below this level, the revenue earned for producing more goods is higher than the cost and is hence more profitable. Now let's take an example and do a calculation to find out a company's profit maximization point. Let's make an imaginary company called SoundOn, which is solely owned and sells Bluetooth speakers. Using previous data, they have plotted the total revenue and cost curves and found the following two functions. Plotting these two on a graph, it is unclear where the profit maximizing level would be. Therefore, we use simple differentiation to find the derivatives of these two functions, where C' is the marginal cost and R' is the marginal revenue. We then plot these two functions on a separate curve and find the intersection point to the nearest integer value, which is 28, 1425. This indicates that SoundOn must produce 28 goods to produce at the profit maximizing level. And putting this value back into the cost and revenue function, we see that the profit earned at this level is Rs 9,088.